Week beginning, I wanted to flag for you. We have showers and storms and increasing humidity coming our way after a very decent weekend, I would argue, that we're putting to bed tonight, this Sunday evening. Thank you so much for tuning in. Now, we have, before that cool down comes in Thursday, Friday, we've got quite an anomalous, a very warm, very unusual, high above average magnitude of temperatures coming in for Tuesday. Could be our hottest day this week. 20 to 25 degrees above average, and when you combine the heat and humidity, I think our heat index values could also be above 90 degrees, into the 90s perhaps, for Tuesday. Again, our hottest and most humid day possible this upcoming week. So I just wanted to flag that for you. Get ready to sweat a little bit and get ready to feel that muggy, humid feeling coming back into the air even very late tonight. When you wake up tomorrow morning, as rain moves in, you'll feel that increased humidity Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Let's say the worst of it should be kind of Monday afternoon until midday Wednesday or so. If I could give you the flag for that highlight for the bad hair day, those sweaty feelings. Hello, Peter. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Camden Walker for CapitalWeatherGang.com. Anytime you need us, go to the blog 24/7 on CapitalWeatherGang.com. Now, just how high might those dew points get this week? We should hopefully stay under 70, but moist, sticky, unpleasant could be some good adjectives here on our emoji scale. I think 60 to maybe upper 60s at times for those dew points. We're going to notice it. This very well could approach the most humid, the most muggy, highest dew points that we've seen yet this warm season, so keep that in mind. Hello, Charlene. Peak wind gusts were above 60 miles an hour on Friday, about 62 miles per hour at DCA Airport, if I have memorized that correctly. That's one of the many stories we have. Go to CWG.news/wind if you want to go directly to our story on CapitalWeatherGang.com. You can use that link directly for you, Charlene, as well. And Rick, indeed, rain is possible on Monday, kind of off and on showers and storms Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe squeaking by with more dry times than not on Tuesday. Our driest day of the week, though, looks like, let's say, Thursday, I would say, before maybe another cold front comes through on Friday. So again, cooler, drier Thursday, I'll take it. That is just a little bit below average, but it still looks comfortable. Winds and breezes may stay under control as well, but I will flag Monday, Wednesday, maybe even Saturday. Looking ahead to next weekend, we do see some wind potential some of these days coming up, but Thursday could be the nice outdoor day of this week, if you can stand it to be a little cooler, a little bit below average, but I would argue that could be a highly rated day. I would rank it maybe an 8 or 9 out of 10 if things, which could change a little bit as we get closer, but hopefully not too much. Thursday looks pretty good. All right, bring on some rain, says Nick. Let's look at the rain totals coming up this week. The bulk of our rain falls by Wednesday evening. So here is a good look at the rain totals. More north and northwest of the mid-Atlantic and the Washington, D.C. region. But we're doing okay, and drought so far has not entered the picture. Just a couple abnormally dry spots here and there on the East Coast. We're doing much better than the West Coast. Charlene, you're most welcome. David, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate the kind words. And let's see. Drew asks if you're talking about cicadas, the impact on the season this year. Super hot, super rainy. I don't think the cicadas are going to be that drastically impacted for the late May peak we expect. It should get really noisy around here the latter half of May, but go to CWG.news/cicadas for all the details on the cicada coverage that we have for you. And I believe our cicada forecast is also out on CapitalWeatherGang.com, so please check out the latest there on the cicadas. They are pretty hardy after lasting over a decade in the ground. It is pretty amazing, so don't worry too much about the cicadas, regardless of how the weather conditions might fluctuate in the coming days and weeks. Let's see. Today was lovely, says Kit. Appreciate that you appreciated the awesome weather. 73 still. It was pretty awesome today. We had highs above 80 at all three airports, but still a lovely evening before rain and humidity start increasing tomorrow morning as well. Lisa, interesting weather pattern indeed. We do have kind of unsettled, muggier, humid feeling, warmer start to the week, but then look at that, we cool down and dry out on Thursday before another cold front could bring us, maybe a low pressure system brings us some rain Friday, maybe Saturday as well. We'll have to see how the weekend turns out. All right. Oh, Laura, looking for the pollen update. Very good. I'm sorry, I just saw that. If you were waiting, we Definitely with fellow allergy sufferers, I have taken some of my medicine to talk to you and hopefully you don't notice too much of it. But yep, trees have been high, and the tree pollen should be reduced by some of these rains coming in Monday and Wednesday especially, but generally moist conditions Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week. So that should be good, help rinsing out the atmosphere a little bit. Cooler weather Thursday and Friday, rain as well during the cooler weather should help keep pollen kind of on a downward trend this week. We don't really see sunny, very warm conditions, which are kind of the 1-2 punch for a big explosion in tree pollen. So that is the good news, Laura. I hope that helped answer that. All right, let's see. Anne, maybe we can get a baseball game in this Wednesday evening. We will indeed see how we can get that rain through here. Yes, it's possible. Rain chances could start reducing a little bit by Wednesday evening. Yes, indeed. I think you can still hold on to your ticket and not make alternate plans just yet. But we'll keep you posted at CapitalWeatherGang.com. I'm Camden Walker. Here's your forecast at a glance. Unsettled, warm, humid, muggy, rainy beginning of the week, and then we cool off. Thursday could be a spectacular day. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Small tweaks to the forecast still possible when looking out to Thursday, but keep your fingers crossed. Hello, ciao. Thanks for tuning in. Wet day tomorrow, it looks like, and Wednesday as well. Can't rule out some showers and storms even on Tuesday, so keep that in mind. All right. Oh, Karen was out for 8 days today. Beautiful day. I'm so glad you enjoyed. Oh no, Lisa, use that sunscreen. I'm sorry to hear you got sunburn. This is a very strong, we're getting toward midsummer sun angle, so it's a very strong sun. The highest point, the sun is in the sky is right on 1 p.m. Eastern time, so please keep that in mind. You've got to use that sunscreen, please, please, please. I would say by 10 a.m. and keep it on until almost 4 p.m. nowadays. Yes, indeed. All right, Drew, thank you so much for, again, that cicada question. That's excellent. You can check it out at CWG.news/cicada if you need more information on those cicadas. And thank you so much for joining us. I do want to flag tomorrow, we do have a slight 1 out of 5 chance of seeing a couple severe storms. Not too big of a threat right now, but worth flagging. And I want you to also follow us, not just on Twitter at Capital Weather, but at DC Weather Alerts, this top one. You can get push alerts to your phone that are just for severe weather alerts only. We won't spam you. We won't push anything that is not a severe thunderstorm warning or a tornado warning or a flash flood warning, for instance. So you can make sure that pushes to your phone by selecting, see the bell that I've circled over there at the side there? You make sure you've selected that bell so you get push alerts to your phone. So that's important to remember. All right. Mary, I'm sorry to hear you're under the weather, but I'm glad you enjoyed your garden, it looks like. I think, Drew, we could see an upgrade for severe storms tomorrow to maybe a 2 out of 5 chance. But as you may have seen by some of the discussions recently, I agree with, we have kind of uncertain dynamics Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's hard to predict the timing, amounts, and severity of showers and storms coming Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So we have to play it a little bit by ear. But the cold front, once it moves through on Tuesday night into Wednesday, we slowly clear out by Wednesday night, setting up what looks like decently confident, nice day on Thursday. So keep that in mind. We've got to get that front through here and everything cleared out for Thursday, but the timing still looks good for having a nice day on Thursday, albeit a little cooler. All right, Lisa, yep, pollen should stay a little bit under control with the rains this first half of the week. But yep, this weekend, we've definitely seen some high tree pollen, so and grass as well coming in for May. Good old May. A little bit of trees, a little bit of grass. So Laura, yep, you're most welcome. And Charlene, you took a chance and fingers crossed about frost for your garden. I'd say you're okay if you are anywhere just about east of I-81. Let me find that average last frost and freeze map for you. We've been kind of good around I-95 now, even central Virginia, central Maryland. But in that lighter blue, just let's keep one little small eye open if you are west of I-81 in the mid-Atlantic region. We had a frost and freeze last Mother's Day of 2020. So I think if you can pot some things outside for another week or two, if you live west of I-81, just in case you can bring those pots inside, should there be a frost or freeze or even temperatures down into the mid-30s. Some of those plants, like I think tomatoes, don't really like the mid-30s, but just good news overall for gardeners. Just be a little wary of planting permanently in the soil those most sensitive plants if you live in the light blue areas west of I-81. All right, Laura, you're most welcome for the pollen report. How much rain this week? A fair amount, especially north and northwest of town. So that's a great question. Here's what I have for the bulk of the rain through Wednesday evening, but let's expand that and go out through Sunday. A little bit more falls potentially Friday, maybe Saturday morning. We'll have to keep an eye on that on capitalweathergang.com. But we'll hopefully be able to squeak out more dry, more sunny times than not this weekend, but confidence is still a little bit low. So do stay tuned, David. So I hope this helps you with the rain question. Gardeners are not loving some of this dry topsoil, but at least we are without drought concerns for the most part east of the Mississippi. We're in much better shape than folks out west. So keep that in mind. Gardeners, farmers, you're having to water with high evapotranspiration rates now that all the plant life is alive. The sun angle is very high. We're getting toward midsummer sun angle, even though our temperatures don't feel like midsummer. Remember, that sun is getting closer and closer to that summer solstice. So keep that in mind. All right, here's the forecast at a glance. Let me catch up on your questions and comments. All right, we've got Alex. A car wash, getting protective coating on the car. If you can wait till Thursday, I recommend that once things are drying out. Let's see. Yep, Dawn, we could use the rain. We still have a small surplus since January 1st, but a small deficit in rain since meteorological spring began on March 1st. So we're doing okay. I don't want a ton of rain. I don't want a dry spell. We're threading that needle. And I know gardeners and farmers wish they didn't have to water the topsoil quite as much, but the water table is doing just fine. All right, let's see. Rain starting tomorrow, Deidre. It's off and on. It looks like we do have a batch of showers coming in tomorrow morning. With this increased moisture I'm showing here with the dew points coming in, it will feel pretty sticky when you wake up tomorrow morning. And showers could clear out midday into the early afternoon before another round of showers and storms come through by late afternoon. So keep that in mind. Timing and amounts of rain Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are going to be hard to predict at times without much advance warning. And we're even looking at a slight 1 out of 5 chance of seeing a severe thunderstorm or two tomorrow. So keep that in mind. Make sure you are following us on DC weather alerts. If you are on Twitter, this is a way to push these severe only alerts to your phone. Of course, also follow us on Twitter at Capital Weather if you have not done so already. All right, I'm Camden Walker for CapitalWeathergang.com. Thank you so much for tuning in to these Sunday Sunset Chats. We've got a bunch of good stuff for you on CapitalWeathergang.com this past few days. For the latest forecast, CWG.news/latest. Our May Outlook is out. Go to CWG.news/MayOutlook. And for that wind that we experienced, all of us, really at the end of last week, it was a lot of wind. CWG.news/wind for an evaluation of that event, what just happened. All right, let's see. We've got Liz. Crazy storms and heat around dinner. You're finally ready to grill. I would just be a little watchful of radar tomorrow evening, Misha, but don't change plans just yet. Lisa is excited about the rain, and I'm happy for the rain as well, even though it will be a little warm, a little sticky, moderately sticky, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We set up for a nice cool down, drying out on Thursday, which could be, for me, a nice day. I like that temperature regime and drier air as well. All right, so Sarah is asking about the cicadas. We've got everything you need at CWG.news/cicadas. And all the latest, all the maps, all the forecasts are there at CWG.news/cicadas. The latter half of May remains our forecast focus for the peak noisy cicadas to hatch, broadly speaking, throughout the region. All right. I don't have an aches and pains forecast for you, David, here on CapitalWeathergang.com, but I would say with this unsettled weather, we could have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, some extra aches and pains. Thursday looks like a calmer, less windy, drier, sunny day, so that could be the best day this week, especially for outdoor plans and aches and pains. And then another cold front and low pressure system might move back in for Friday, so I'm sorry about that for your aches and pains, David. All right, Alex wants the heat, no sub-zero cold. I like hearing from that contingent, the warm weather lovers. And let's see, Drew, I hope I answered the question that you and Misha had. I think I did. Charlene is asking about sunrise and sunset later and later, only about 34 more minutes. Our latest sunset in DC is, I think, 8:37 p.m. on the summer solstice, June 21st, for our Northern Hemisphere summer solstice. We are getting near 14 hours of daylight from sunrise to sunset. It is nice and early, that sunrise. Could stop right there, but unfortunately it will go before 6 a.m. before the month is over. and later and later sunsets as well. We are slowing our increase in the adding of the daylight, but yes, each week, the next several Sunday sunset chats each week with me on CapitalWeatherGang.com. I'm Camden Walker. During these chats, we will kind of add a few minutes on each week, so you'll look for me later and later as hopefully you're filling in with these longer days some awesome outdoor plans. I don't want to interfere with that. So when you're on the internet, as you come inside for a later dinner or after your outdoor plans, I hope to chat with you each week on these weekly Sunday Sunset Q&A chats. Appreciate seeing you on all three of our main platforms. I'm broadcasting to you live. I'm Camden Walker on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. Good seeing you today. I love seeing all these questions and comments. All right, yep, Alex likes the warmth. Garden is happy for the rain. Beth, I agree. And Lisa, thanks so much. And Deborah, you're most welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. Fed up with the rain in Ontario, says Stephanie. 2 weeks of rain and snow again. Yes, we need some sunshine and heat in Ontario, Stephanie. Well, at least the good news is we're slowly getting there. And here's a preview of Saturday. We're drying out slowly but surely, especially up in Ontario. You'll get maybe not the warmth you quite want, but you'll slowly dry out as we get this jet stream further and further north into Canada as we get into summer. So that is good news for Ontario to dry out. And wow, yep, indeed, Missy, this latest sunset, I believe, if I have memorized it correctly, is 8:37 plus or minus a minute in the DC area for our June summer solstice. So we have over a half hour more to go on later and later sunsets before we get to the summer solstice, June 21st, thereabouts. All right, let's see. Lisa, looking forward to cooler temps at the end of the week. I am as well. I mean, really, it's only a little bit below average on Thursday. That could be a 9 or a 10 out of 10 for my kind of weather on Thursday. I'm looking forward to it. Don't forget that sunscreen. It might be cooler temperatures, but the ultraviolet rays, the UV temperatures, the UV rays, radiation, that is not low. So please remember, we are getting toward a mid-summer sun angle, extremely strong. Picture July in your head. Would you wear sunscreen in July when those temperatures remind you to put on that sunscreen? Yes, please wear sunscreen. I would say 10 to 4 p.m., 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., please. Hello from New Jersey, Adam. Good to see you. And Sharon, weather prognosis for Mother's Day, cooler and maybe mixed sun and clouds, maybe a chance of a shower. I'll say 70s. I can give you a sneak preview with a little bit of confidence for Saturday, but I think it'll be a little warmer than this for Sunday. Can't guarantee it's going to be completely dry, but I don't think it will be completely cloudy or anything yet. I don't see a washouts for Sunday for Mother's Day, so keep that in mind. Sorry about the sirens in the background. That's one way to have an outdoor broadcast with you. I'm outside experiencing it. So don't worry too much about Mother's Day. I don't think anyone should change plans, but if you have extremely rain-sensitive plans on Mother's Day Sunday, just have in the back of your mind a plan B, just in case you need to head indoors. All right, David, yep, 8:37 p.m. will be our Sunday sunset chat time right around the summer solstice, June 21. Alex says the heat is better than the polar vortex. Stephanie, you're most welcome. And Charlene, I love that you tune in each week. Thank you so very much. Alex likes the late sunsets and early sunrises. And David, thank you so much. You're most kind. And Janet, what time is the earliest sunrise? Gosh, I believe it's like 5:48 a.m. for DC. That is a very good question. I will refresh myself. So it's not getting too much earlier than where we are now. A little bit, definitely before 6 a.m. But I believe it is in the 540s for the earliest sunrise as we get in toward the June 21st summer solstice here in the DC region. All right, we've got Sharon. Thank you so much for tuning in, and Missy. Yep, outdoors indeed with sirens and pollen and everything. Missy, thank you so much for tuning in. And Matthew, rain expected Tuesday evening, can't be ruled out. This is a lot of low confidence on exact timing and amounts and how severe even some of these showers and storms could be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So keep your plans flexible if you are to be outdoors. It's generally unsettled. That's the best I can say. We'll keep you posted on radar. We'll watch radar with you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Of course, follow us on Twitter, Capital Weather, and DC Weather Alerts on Twitter as well. And if you do the little bell there that I've indicated, your phone will get the push alerts for severe only alerts pushed to your phone at DC Weather Alerts. And I'm bringing that up because Monday and maybe even Tuesday, Wednesday, some of these storms have a slight chance of being severe. A couple storms could be severe, so we'll have to watch for that. It's not a sure thing by any means. I'm not pulling the alarm bells, but I just want you to be aware of storms in the region Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe all 3 days. Wish we had higher confidence for you, but just keep outdoor plans flexible until we get more stable, higher confidence, nicer weather on Thursday. That's when the cold front has all moved through. Yes, it's a cooler trend Thursday and even Friday when it starts with some rain chances again, but looking a little more predictable, a little more stable. So before I sign off, I'm Kendall Walker for CapitalWeatherGang.com. Thank you so much for tuning in to these weekly Sunday Sunset Q&As. I enjoy seeing you on Twitter, on Facebook, and on YouTube. We've got all 3 platforms for you doing these live chats. And Beth, you'll hear the cicadas in a few weeks. Yes, indeed. Latter half of May. Go to CWG.news/cicadas for the latest on the cicadas. We expect to be very noisy in probably a couple weeks. Janet, you're most welcome. Some swampy weather cream this week. I would argue even with some of these dew points in the 60s, we are going to feel moist, a little sticky even tomorrow morning as some rain showers move in. And maybe through Wednesday. That's kind of the sticky, unpleasant air mass. We're thinking not quite muggy or oppressive or sultry, but keep in mind it will be perhaps the most humid that we have seen. Mike, thanks for tuning in. Happy Mother's Day, Stephanie. I will wish that to you again next Sunday when I talk to you all. And let's see, Drew is agreeing with some of the swampy weather coming into play as we get towards summer in DC. And Barbara, thank you for tuning in. And severe weather watch possible, David, tomorrow again. 1 out of 5 chance for severe weather tomorrow. So please, and even Tuesday, Wednesday can't be completely ruled out. So just make sure you're following us on Twitter, Capital Weather, and DC Weather Alerts. If you want just a few alerts when there's severe weather, this will push to your phone if you select that bell icon on Twitter for our severe weather alerts only. Have a great week, Charlene. And winds on Friday, Mike, got over 60 miles per hour for several spots in the region. So let me remind everyone of everything we have for you on CapitalWeatherGang.com. Here's CWG.news/wind right there. And our MayOutlook is now out. And the latest forecast at CWG.news/latest. Thank you all for tuning in. And Mike and Drew, I hope I was able to answer both of your questions. And thank you so much. All right, I will check out if I have an expired link there, Drew. Thank you very much. Really appreciate you all tuning in. Go to CapitalWeatherGang.com anytime you need us. We are there on the blog for you. I'm Camden Walker signing off. See you next Sunday.